Welcome to the Stormsurf video surf forecast for the Indian Ocean for the week starting Sunday, June 15th. Brought to you by Kandui Resort in the Mentawai Islands, a great place to go surfing. First up, let's take a look at the significant wave height charts for the Indian Ocean. Certainly no shortage of activity. A solid area of 32-foot seas, basically south-southwest of the Mentawai Islands and west-southwest of Western Australia. Good energy aimed at the southwest Australian coast and good sideband energy up into the Mentawai Islands. Let's take a quick look at the Great Circle charts. Here we go, about 196 degrees up into the central Mentawais, and on the 242 path into Margaret River area, another swell producing system. And this has been a banner year so far. I mean, just prolific storm after storm after storm, and just looking at the chart right now, no end in sight. This is good. And if you go anywhere else on the planet looking for surf, it's really quiet in the South Pacific Ocean, and even the South Atlantic has been fairly quiet. All the energy is focused in the Indian Ocean. This is a good year to be a resident of one of these locations right here. So enjoy it if you're there. So let's get right into it. Jet stream level charts. We're looking for troughs, that is, bulges in the jet stream pushing to the north, sort of like that there and sort of like that there. These tend to help promote the formation of low pressure at the ocean surface, and low pressure and the winds that they produce is what generates raw seas, which in turn generates swell that radiates into preferred locations. Okay, looking at the jet stream charts, these are winds at 30,000 feet and above. These winds tend to direct the path of storms and again help to generate those storms, get them started forming. So what we have is one trough here, sort of south of Madagascar. Decent amount of winds trying to support it, promoting some circulation lower levels of the atmosphere, and certainly another trough here. Winds coming up from this is really a better almost setup here because you want winds pushing to the north. That sets up the clockwise motion in the upper atmosphere, and that translates often towards low pressure in lower levels of the atmosphere. Let's put this in motion and see what's going on. So the trough that was supporting low pressure here looks like it's pretty much getting cut off from the flow by about Monday. More energy pouring in from under South Africa. We got another semi-little trough here into Tuesday. There we go, and it gets much better defined. We got 130 knot winds blowing into it. That pushes pretty much right over the Kerguelen Islands. Continues. It actually gets looking better at the same time. Yet another trough with stronger winds, 140 knot winds pushing under South Africa on Thursday. And look at that. Oh, that's a good solid batch of 180 knot winds right there. That should support low pressure. But look at that trough there. Still very well organized. We roll this out. That trough pinches off. This one, the focus starts heading south here, but still good winds on both, or mainly almost all the quadrants other than the bottom quadrant of this trough as well. We're into Friday. We continue to roll that out, and yet another trough, or a continuation of that trough, looks like it's trying to get going under South Africa on Sunday, and there's comes some wind energy supporting it into the final 180-hour frame of this forecast on Monday, a week out. So good upper level support for swell development. Notice how that we got a big ridge here under Australia, but for this area right here, good, and that area typically setups targets anywhere from here up into here, down into Sri Lanka, Mentawai Islands, Bali, Western Australia, Southwestern Australia. So upper level charts look good. Next, let's go down to the surface. Remnants of the system that we saw off of Australia, 35 knot winds still pushing up into that region. Next system developing near the Kerguelen Islands on Sunday. Not getting particularly great purchase, still 30, maybe 40 knot winds. Broader system is forecast coming under South Africa on Monday. 45 knot winds with 35 knot winds over a good size fetch area. That continues to evolve while pushing west or east into Wednesday. Good solid fetch, 45 knot winds, pushing up into the Mentawai Islands for sure, and Western Australia. Both targets looking well. And that continues on into Thursday. Here comes the next system setting up under South Africa. And on Thursday, 55 knot winds over a small area there, two 45 knot fetch areas, all in close proximity and back to back with each other. This system starts falling south, and the secondary fetch sort of pushes east a bit longer. Large area of winds aimed at all the main targets here. That rolls out into Sunday of next week, and yet another system, smaller, but on Monday 180 hours out. So multiple systems forecast in queue. This is looking quite interesting. Let's go take a look at the significant wave height charts. So we're actually going back to Wednesday of last week, put this in motion, because notice, just to sort of get a sense of the train that's going on here. Look at this, 38-foot seas, and there was actually, what was that, near 40-foot seas on the system right before it on Wednesday. This continues rolling on. This system just goes and goes and goes. We went the whole way through the weekend. It reformed near the Kerguelen Islands, 38-foot seas, and now we are 18Z on Sunday, still 30-foot seas. So it basically covered this entire area with 30-foot plus seas. That's energy radiating in this whole bowl right here. Big catcher's going to get all of it. And yet another system right behind it on Sunday. So that one fades out. Kerguelen Islands down to 28-foot seas. Not as impressive on that one, but here we go again. Another large area, 28, 26. Just very disturbed weather going on here. And there you go, back to 34-foot seas at the Kerguelen Islands on Wednesday. Again, aimed well. Mentawai Islands, 205 degrees. Western Australia, there we go. About the 237 to 233 degree path. Just nice, solid, steady 17, 18 second period swell. And yet here we go into Thursday night. Yet another system forecast under Madagascar. Look at 38-foot seas, aimed just absolutely beautifully at the Mentawai Islands. This is another probably 20-second period, maybe 22-second period swell when it first hits, and we're only talking like 4 or 5 days out. Well, at that kind of period, less than that. And the secondary system that we saw, watch this go into motion. So that one, the little one starts diving. This one still holds on into Saturday even. And then more into Sunday. We're almost at 180 hours, and yet another little smaller system, here we go, near the Kerguelen Islands. So it's just non-stop surf. We're hyping this a little bit, but really this is the only thing going on the planet at this point in time, and it has been this way now for several weeks at least. This is a very good season for the Indian Ocean. Everyone else is suffering, but this is the place to be. So that's your forecast for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll do this again next week, same time, same channel. We hope the pattern continues to hold. This is looking really good, and it's exciting to see a good storm pattern set up anywhere in the planet, and this is the place to be right now. And many thanks to Kandui Resort in Mentawai Islands for sponsoring this forecast. Check them out at kanduiresort.com, or better yet, book your reservations. You couldn't pick a better year to go make a trip to the islands. Alrighty, take care. Thank you. Bye.